We know, O Chief Axam, that you do not want to quarrel with the human beings, and if you want to do so there must be some good in it. An elderly jinn who expressed his views. Even so, it is now assumed that a new city will be built on the proposed site. First Caliph Mansur himself will come to a conclusion, then we will think what we should do. Another elder said, as far as I can remember, the name of the proposed place is Baghdad. An old jinn began to say, and a tradition is also famous in this regard. Yes, that tradition has reached me too. My father confirmed. There was once a garden by the river. Every week a happy and just king, whose name has been heard, used to come to this place to pay homage to the oppressed. Due to this, the place became known as Baghdad, and then due to overuse, the letter A was dropped. Now the name of this place is Baghdad, not Baghdad. What is the news? This tradition has reached Caliph Mansur. The meeting of the jinns, which began with sharp speeches, ended with gentleness and reconciliation. It was decided that the jinns would formulate a plan of action for themselves, keeping in view the decision of Caliph Mansur the next day. Although the majority of the jinns in our tribe were believers, but there were also infidels jinns belonging to other religions. It was these infidels who made harsh speeches in the assembly of the jinn, the reason being the Muslim human caliph. They could not suppress their hidden hatred against the believers. They had the opportunity to express their hatred. In fact, they hated Muslims, not human beings. Despite this, the infidels jinns respected my father very much. Following the principles of tolerance, brotherhood and equality made my father popular throughout the tribe. Then the next day what was feared happened. Caliph Mansur reviewed the proposed site, and expressed his determination to make it his capital. So the caliph named the newly settled city Baghdad. No one was allowed to attend the groundbreaking ceremony in Baghdad. This order was issued by my father, Axam, chief of tribe. The purpose of this command was that there should be no fighting between human beings and jinn. Any evil and infidel jinn could make a fuss at this event. Most of the jinns of my tribe were not happy with the construction of Baghdad, but not with me. Personally, I was very happy to have a new human settlement a short distance from my permanent home in Babylon. I loved making friends with human beings. I had friendships with many human beings in Kufa, Mosul, Najaf, Basra, etc. I deliberately did not tell them my truth. They thought I was a mysterious being. My parents watched my movements as much as possible. Yet still, they were deceived by me. I also attended the groundbreaking ceremony for the new city, despite the ban. That city of human beings had not yet settled. But I don't know why I was feeling so close to it. She was close to Caliph Mansur at the time. He was laying the foundation stone. Apart from the government officials, the caliph was accompanied by some of his family members. The Abbasi princes looked different in their attire, dress and manners. Among them were Mehdi Muhammad, Salah, Suleiman and others. Caliph Mansur had 10 sons. They were all with their father at that time. Apart from the sons, the caliph also has a daughter, Alia. I came to know about this later. Because, even before this ceremony, the jinns had known about the decision of the caliph. So they had planned the future course of action. The jinns living in the ruins of Babylon had decided to live there for the time being. A fence was erected around the ruins for temporary protection. In the presence of this siege, no human being could enter these ruins. The siege lasted 40 days. 40 days later, the siege had to be re-established. All the tribe's jinn were happy with the decision of my father Aksam, that the settlement in Babylon would be maintained. I still vividly remember those moments, when a terrifying voice was heard, as soon as the foundation stone of the city was laid. At the same time, the event fell into disarray. Then Caliph Mansur did not stay there with his servants and family. He had ordered Musa ibn Ka'b to investigate the incident. That horrible voice may have been a secret to human beings, but it was not a secret to me. Any jinn could frighten human beings by making such a horrible noise. I have no difficulty in concluding that this was the work of jinn. Just as I disobeyed my father's command, so could any infidel jinn attend this ceremony. Then I got it right. I saw an infidel jinn Sara fleeing the desert to Babylon. Sara. I leaned towards him, shouting at him, "What is it, O daughter of Chief? Why did you call me?" Sara, still flying, turned and asked me, "You committed your first crime by attending the ceremony, O Sara, and attending the ceremony is a sin, O Dinar. So you have also committed this crime." Sara interrupted me, "But you have crossed the line, Sara. Why did you make that horrible noise?" My voice became bitter. "O Dinar, who gave you the right to question me? Then what is the proof that that terrible voice was mine?" The Sara spoke without hesitation. "Behold, O Sara, you know very well that my father, Chief Aksam, does not want a fight with human beings. Then what is the reason that you are disobeying his command, and molesting the human beings? You know what the consequences will be. If human beings follow us, we will have to leave Babylon. Then not only the other jinns, you will also become homeless." My style was explanatory. "I do not need your advice, O Dinar," Sara said arrogantly. "If you complain to the chief about me, I will inform him of your participation in the ceremony. You may not know that I hate human beings. I know that you, O Sara, you hates only those human beings who are among the believers. Muslim jinns," I said in a stinging voice. Laughing obscenely, Sara went to the part of the ruins where her family lived. On the one hand, the Sara was gone, on the other hand, as soon as I entered the ruins, I was overwhelmed by my mother Saluba. "Where are you coming from, O Dinar?" my mother asked me. At that moment, I thought, it would be better to take my mother in confidence, and inform her about the movement of the Sara. She will let my father know. In this way a possible clash between jinns and human beings can be prevented. "Oh my mother, I went to attend the groundbreaking ceremony for the new city of Baghdad." I told the truth. "Despite the fact that your father has not allowed any jinn to attend the ceremony," my mother said in surprise. "It was good for me to go there, mother," I said. "If I had not gone, I would not have known about the indecent behavior of the Sara." "Sara, was he also present at the ceremony?" my mother asked. "Yes," I replied, then told the whole thing. "Then, this will have to be told to your father, O Dinar. During the construction of the city, there would be a risk of a collision with the human beings. That's what I want, O my mother, that my father should know about this incident, and he should take necessary steps to prevent such incidents in future. If it were not for my will, I would not have revealed the secret of my participation in the ceremony." Then I had to listen to my father's scolding, but my purpose was fulfilled. No miscreant's jinn could stop the construction of Baghdad. For this, guard jinns were appointed.